Hey, konnichiwa, it's Gray from Wakizashi's Teahouse over in Japan. How you doing? You good? You genki? Today I have a review of Ultimate Spider-Man issue 14, written by Jonathan Hickman, art by Marco Checchetto, colours Matt Wilson. This is $4.99, 32 pages. It's the second part of the Kraven Hunter into the Hunted story. Spider-Man versus Kraven. Harry's in this as well. They're lost in the Savage Land, somewhere under New York City, by the way, which is quite interesting. We also get a great little head-to-head talking moment, a nice, well, possibly promising moment for the future between Richard Parker and Black Cat in this universe. But I've got to say, before I go on, there is a huge event in this issue. Something massive happens. I give big spoiler warnings in my look inside the book later on, so do look out for that. Listen out for that. If you don't want to find out, you don't want to have this moment spoil, do stop watching before that point. But don't worry, I give you plenty of time to stop that. But yeah, great art by Checchetto again. I'm really enjoying his take on Spider-Man. Some action scenes are incredible in here. The fight between Peter and Kraven and Harry, really good. So yeah, it's a really positive issue, even better than the last issue. Big recommend from me. I'm going to go for a score of, let's see, yeah, this is a 9, or it could even go a 9 point something, but let's go a 9. 9 out of 10. Massive recommendation. Okay, so as I say, there will be spoiler warnings later on, but the first half of the story, no major spoilers in here. Let's have a look inside the book. Let's see some of the art and see how Jonathan Hickman's writing Peter Parker. Here we go. At the end of last issue, we saw Richard Parker, Peter's son, who's been dressing up in the black suit while his father was away. He met Black Cat, well, this Ultimate Universe's version of Black Cat, and that's where this issue opens. She tells him that she's the new Black Cat. And that's only because you and your friend threw my father off a building. Richard's like, no, you got the wrong guy. I don't even know your dad. Even if I did, I wouldn't push him off a building. Just because you got a new suit doesn't mean you can hide from who you are, says Black Cat, and she's trying to scratch him. That was close. Then he makes what could be considered a rather hasty decision to reveal his face. I'm not Spider-Man. Wait, you look, how old are you? She asks. I'm 15 and a half, says Richard. Then he asks Black Cat how old she is. She replies, almost 17. Okay, so 16 and a half. I'm Richard. I'm Felicia. So, they introduce themselves to each other. She knows what it looks like. She knows it's not a real Spider-Man. I wonder where their relationship's going to go from here. Then the scene shifts to Peter and Harry. We catch up with them where they are, in the Savage Land, under New York City. It's pretty cool art here. I like the dinosaur, I've got to say, but not sure about the dialogue. Just keeps repeating. He knows about MJ and the kids. Harry's telling Peter he needs to focus. They've got to find a way out of here. Yes, we have to escape first, then hide our families. Then we suit up and we take care of business. And then what? Says Harry. Do you really think you're going to be able to hide from these people forever? And it's a good point, isn't it? When suddenly, from out of nowhere, crack! A gunshot sounds out in the Savage Land. The dinosaur goes down. We see Kraven somewhere in the distance with a sniper's rifle. Wait a minute, isn't that cheating? Well, he is a hunter, isn't he? Peter asks if Harry saw where that shot came from. No, but something's wrong with my leg. Looks like Harry's leg got damaged by the dinosaur. Another shot rings out. Bang! The dinosaur's gone. It's down. Yes, Harry is injured, so Peter is going to bait Kraven while giving Harry time to get to cover. Peter, what are you? Now, Harry, go now! I guess here Peter's using his newfound Spidey sense to dodge the shots. He's getting just a bit of warning before they come at him. That was really dumb, Peter. And then sure enough we find out here, Peter says that he thinks he can sense when he's about to shoot. Let's not overthink it, Harry. We've got to keep moving. When a voice from behind them surprises them, it's Mole Man. Is it Mole Man? It appears that Mole Man's offering some help. But can they trust him? This is my domain, my refuge, my place of peace. I do not care for this current disturbance, says the Mole Man. Wait a minute, says Harry, you're one of them, aren't you? Talking about the Sinister Six in this universe. I am more of them than with them, replies Mole Man. So why would you betray Kingpin to help us? Asks Harry. Gotta say, a nice art on these pages here, especially the top panel. Mole Man replies that he would never dare do such a thing over such things as you. And as for why I would help you, that's none of your business. Well, that was interesting. Think we can trust him? Hell no. As Harry and Peter walk away, they miss the appearance of Mysterio. What are you doing here? Asks Mole Man. Just observing the dangerous game you're playing. It turns out that Mole Man had told Mysterio about Harry and Peter being here with Kraven. I never should have told you, he says. But you did. Any regrets you have, I promise, are pure folly. Gotta say, I like the way Mysterio's talking here. It's quite fancy, isn't it? Fancier than me. Then the Mole Man continues to voice his concerns about Kingpin's plans, I guess. The closer we get to our day of action, the more I fear it will be the end for us both. But as we can see, in the distance, Kraven has been watching the whole thing. Back to Richard and Black Cat, and they're talking as the sun slowly sets in the distance. So, says Black Cat, my dad's a supervillain. What does yours do? Then we hear the symbiote Sue is talking to Richard, probably in his head. Careful, Richard. I'd love to tell you, but I'm a superhero, and that means I'm supposed to protect the identities of the people close to me. He's got a pretty smart head on his shoulders there, Richard. Back to the Savage Land, and Peter and Harry appear to be setting up some kind of trap for Kraven. Think it'll work? It should, says Harry. We're assuming this guy is an incredible tracker. If he hits the tripwire or touches the collars, they detonate. Meanwhile, Mole Man makes a horrific discovery. No! Oh no! There are dead moloids everywhere. I think that's what they're called, right? They're certainly not Santa's little helpers, are they? What happened here? Who did this? The creature replies it was the man, the thing who hunts. He worked his way through them, killing them off until he found out what he wanted to know. Where the tunnels go. Back to Peter and Harry, and Kraven finds them. He's doing his best Arnie in Predator impression. Look at that gun. Taking down the whole forest. Again, Peter using his newfound spider sense to keep himself alive. He's dodging all the shots. Somehow. Click, click. You're out, says Peter. Now, Harry, do it. No. Boom! Kraven flying through the air. It's been some time since I've been truly tested. That was a good trap, but it wasn't enough. And Kraven warns Peter there's nothing more dangerous than a wounded animal. Then we get the start of a cool action scene, a really cool knife fight. Kraven launches himself at Peter. Peter blocks, then knocks him with a right hook, grabs his arm. Hunt's over. Wham! Great scene here. Love it. Love these panels. Lovely action. Peter breaks Kraven's rifle with ease, continues to punch him. I know what the line is, he says, because you crossed it. Do it, Peter. Finish him, says Harry. You have to. But Peter won't do it, will he? We know him too well. No, he says, I'm not like him. We are not like him. What are you talking about, Peter? He's a killer. That's what he does. He won't stop until he wins. As Harry's speaking, we see a gun being drawn from a holster. It's got to be Kraven, right? It's him or it's us, says Harry. Behind Peter, we see the gun being raised, pointing, and then Kraven fires. Okay, huge spoiler warning here. If you don't want to know what happens next, if you want to save it for yourselves in the comic, please stop watching now. Thanks so much for watching this far. Are you still here? Okay, let's find out what happens next. Ah! Peter's shot. He shot him. I didn't feel any danger. Why? Why didn't I feel any? Because I was not aiming at you. You were just in the way, says Kraven. Can you guess what's coming? Come on, you know it's going to happen. You know it's already happened. Harry! Oh no! Harry's down. We see a bullet hole right in his forehead. I was shocked at this one. Really surprised me. I didn't expect this at all. You should have listened to your friend, for he was right. I will never stop. The hunt never ends. You can imagine that Peter is furious. Rage takes over. He starts beating Kraven to death. When a voice from nearby says, well, this is quite the dilemma. It's Mysterio, he continues. Normally we would be enemies, but in this moment that is not the case. I'm more interested in him than you, hero. But should he die, should you continue to beat him to death, then my full attention would turn onto you. So I have to ask, is that what we really want? He killed my friend, says Peter. We have Mysterio reminding Peter that Kraven is a killer and that's what killers do. How do you know he's not already sent someone to visit your family, your loved ones? What makes you think they're still alive? You couldn't save your friend, Peter Parker, but perhaps you can still save them. And we see Peter sprinting off into the distance. There's a cave there with steps leading up. Okay, the scene shifts to Peter's apartment. MJ's there and Peter makes it home. She's delighted to see him. Where have you been? How could you just disappear like that? Oh my God, you're bleeding, Peter. There's blood everywhere. Then Peter tells her the shocking news. Harry's dead. I couldn't save him. Then Peter tells her everything they know about him and his family. They know who they are. Peter, what are we going to do? We run. To be continued. That's where the issue ends. Wow. What a cracking issue. What a shocker. I still can't believe it. Can't wait to see what happens next. Where do we go from here? Is he really going to run? Or will he stand and fight? What do you think? Well, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. What a cracking issue. Okay, we can see the cover for Ultimate Spider-Man 15, which releases on March 26. So we've got to wait a month for this, but I can't wait to read it. The Ultimate Sandman attacks. As the dust settles from the events of recent issues, Peter, MJ and the kids take a family vacation, but nowhere is safe for Ultimate Spider-Man. That's a synopsis, so yeah, really looking forward to it. As always, thanks a million for watching and listening this far. Do drop a comment, let me know what you think of the issue. Did you enjoy it as much as me? Big shock, right? What a shocker. And I hope to see you in a future video. This has been Gray from Wakizashi's Teahouse, signing off for the night here. Matane.